Grandma has a piano and a great big drum, lots of bells and a tambourine. We have a lot of fun. When it's time to go, I feel a little sad. But next time we come to Grandma's place, won't we all be glad to open the gate, open the gate, open the gate again. Open the gate, open the gate, open the gate and come in.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Well, good morning, everyone. Can't hear? Well, let's see if I can get a little closer. Is that better? I can even hear me. Oh, that's good. Albert Schweitzer once said, "At times our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person." Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. So just pause for a moment and let's just contemplate that. There are times when our light does go out, and that's one of the reasons why it's valuable, I think, for us to come together, because sometimes when my light goes out, you guys are here for me to help rekindle my light. And I hope that I'm doing the same with and for you. Today we're going to really explore the understanding, the energy, the vibration of gratitude. Because gratitude is a powerful tool if we allow it to be. It's a gift, and it is a mental, emotional, and yes, a vibrational tool for amplifying all of those things that we truly want and desire to experience more of in our lives. And it's a powerful tool for helping us to shift out of those vibrations and energies that are no longer really serving us and not really drawing to us and attracting to us the kind of experiences that we want to have in our life. Charles, would you bring that microphone up here? I cannot stand behind a podium. I'm just feeling like I gotta move. I guess I could take, well, he's going to bring me one. One of the things that I think is probably a little different and a little significant, I think, in unity than you might find in other religious organizations or denominations or faith, is an understanding of the power of the mind and the power of the mind to create our circumstances and our situation in life. And we teach a lot about this because we know that it's really one of the keys to helping us to really create the kind of world that we want to see and feel and experience in our lives. Now, it doesn't mean that we necessarily have control over all of the circumstances that go on in our lives, but what we have control over is the creative energy that works through us to create the circumstances that are the next thing that comes into our life. So, one of the things I've been really wanted to share is this understanding that the energy and the vibration of our thoughts, our feelings, don't necessarily change the circumstances that are already in our life. Because the reality is, the circumstances that are already there are already the fruits, you might say, of where we have been in our life. And so, part of our work is to begin to recognize, one, what's going on in our life and world, and then be willing to look at what's going on inside of us, or what has gone on inside of us. And it's not for the purpose of laying blame or judgment, but to just become conscious and aware of the patterns that we have. couple of weeks ago, we had the opportunity to go to Mary Morrissey's workshop, which was extremely powerful about this whole process of how we are really in the process of drawing to us situations and circumstances, and not the other way around. Situations and circumstances are not creating our life. We're participating in creating the situation and circumstances. But in the moment that we think that circumstances are creating our life, guess what? Because we're creative beings, we tend to create more of those kinds of circumstances. And so especially when we find ourselves being when we're in the energy of resistance to what's going on. And that's challenging because I don't know about you guys, but there are things in my life that I don't really care much for very much. There are. Just to be clear with that. But I've kind of, over the years, come to the understanding and get reminders that the more I focus on the things that I don't like and I don't want, the more I get to have the things that I don't like and I don't want. There's a saying in New Thought and Unity, where attention goes, energy flows. And so part of our work in growing spiritually is to begin to notice what we are noticing. That's what Mary Morrissey calls it. Notice what we are noticing. So what I mean by noticing what we're noticing, just notice what you're noticing right now. And maybe you're noticing me talking, but maybe you are being aware of what you are thinking and noticing about your thoughts about what I am saying. And if you can begin to notice not just what I'm saying, but begin to notice the awarenesses that come to you about what I'm saying. One of the things I have learned over the years is that in my Sunday lessons, people come up to me after the service and say, you know what you said about such and such and so on, and that was just exactly what I needed. And I never said it. But they heard it. Because the lessons that are here for each of us are not just in my words, but they're in between my words. And they're what the words that are being said and shared, and the energy and the vibration that's going on are stimulating within you from your subconscious and superconscious level of mind to help show you how you can transform whatever is coming up inside of you and to heal it and to shift it and to move it into a different vibration and energy. And it's there for you to be able to heal and become more of who and what you are being called to do and have and be in your life today. And gratitude is one of the most powerful shifters of consciousness. Do you realize that? Now, when you're in the middle of a challenge, a difficulty, and we all have them, one of the most powerful things you can do to begin to shift out of that is to begin to notice and pay attention to even the most minute little thing that you have to be grateful for. Appreciation and gratitude in and of itself is one of the first steps to really moving you out of a place of being stuck in the squirrel cage, I call it, of going over and over again all of the ain't it awfuls. Anybody got any ain't it awfuls? We all have ain't it awfuls, don't we? And boy, we really like our ain't it awfuls, don't we? You know, we talk about how ain't it awful the weather is the way it is, and we talk about how ain't it awful that the politics are the way they are, and ain't it awful that our spouse or our children or whoever are not the way we think they're supposed to be, you know. And ain't it awful about this construction? And ain't it awful that we have to move? Maybe it ain't awful. Maybe it's a blessing. I'm going to suggest to you it is a blessing. That we have new opportunities, new insights, and new places to share, and it's a great opportunity for us in many ways. So, you know, we can spend a lot of time and energy on the ain't it awfuls, but one of the most powerful ways we can begin to shift that, to begin to move into the stream of and the flow of experiencing the amazing blessings that Spirit has in store for us. It's just the simple act of thinking of even just one little thing you have to be grateful for. And beginning to feel that. It's not just a thought. It is a thought, but it's also a feeling, isn't it? Because the energy of gratitude is one of the most magnetic energies that we can hold. Oprah Winfrey says, be thankful for what you have, and you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough. So one of the things I'm inviting you to do today is to really contemplate and to be considering and to holding, just as I'm talking, notice the things that you can and are willing to and are able to be grateful for. John F. Kennedy said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. And so as we are developing and thinking about the things we had to be grateful for, this needs to become a habit for us. And as it becomes a habit for us and we begin to live from that place of gratitude, it's amazing how life begins to shift. And we began to draw to us and attract to us experiences that actually lift us into a place where we have more things that we can notice that we have to be grateful for. William Arthur Ward said, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. And so a big part of my talk today is expressing gratitude. And so I want to take a minute and just tell you how grateful I am for some of the amazing people in this room. Let's start with Miss Julie here. I want to tell you how grateful I am for Julie, because for specifically, she does so many things in my life, but also I'm grateful for her for what she does in the spiritual community. She has been doing spiritual cinema for how many years now?
Here, 7, and before that, another 8.
Yeah, so about 15 years she's been holding once a month spiritual cinema circle. And it's just a beautiful opportunity to share some beautiful spiritual insights, and it just great. We had a wonderful one last night. We watched The Whale Rider. If you've never seen that movie, it's one of my all-time favorite. Yeah, I want to tell you how grateful I am to Miss. Oh, she also really helps out with the food and the hospitality. She just has helped organize the women's group. There's just so many things that she's done for this spiritual community. So I just want to let you know how I appreciate it. Thank you. And I want to acknowledge Lissy. Lissy, thank you for just being you, for one thing, and being the amazing Lissy that you are. And thank you for the beautiful music that you provide for us. Lissy's been on our board of directors. She's really helped us in so many ways in the leadership of this ministry and this community. So thank you for that. She has been a huge supporter of this spiritual community in her time, talent, and treasure, and so we're grateful for that. And next to her is our wonderful daughter, Marilyn, who's also now on our board of directors, our board secretary. Thank you for your service to us on that. She's also been one of our platform assistants, and she's actually done Sunday lessons for us. She did a wonderful lesson on her experience in going to Japan. So I want to thank you for that. And back over in the corner over there, Russell Mon, oh my gosh. Russell's not only one of the most amazing gentlemen that I have ever met and known, he's a real brother, and I'm grateful and appreciative to you he's here every Sunday ahead of time. I won't say every Sunday, but almost every Sunday, pretty much every Sunday, to make sure that the place is not only physically set up for us to have our services, but also in terms of energy and vibration and consciousness. He's here. And he's also one of our amazing prayer chaplains. He's been on our board of directors and been one of our great leaders in that respect as well. So I want to acknowledge and tell you how much I really appreciate you, Russell, for who and what you are and all that you do. And I want to appreciate Ruth. Ruth, thank you so much. Ruth has been on our board of directors also, and she's always participating in some way and giving in some way with whatever we're doing here. And she's one of our most consistent attenders, I believe. I think you'll probably hear as much, if not more, than just about anybody. So thank you. Thank you. And Ginger's always helping out with the food, and so I appreciate that. And Renee helped out this morning with bringing some things, so that's grateful. And Jerry back in the back, Jeanette. thank you. Thank you for, Jeanette is always willing to be of service. If we need someone to do something, we know that you can pretty much ask Jeanette, and she's available and willing to do that. And she always helps out with the potlucks. And Sissy and Janet in the back are always helping out with the facilities. And then in front of them is Charlotte. And Charlotte has been our volunteer coordinator for quite a few months now. And so she's been really great in helping us to kind of keep things moving, keeping our volunteers, reminding people what they volunteered for and when. And she's also helped out with things like the potluck and stuff. Lissy's our youth. I wanted to say she is in charge of. She heads up our youth program also. So I'm really grateful for that work. Yeah. Oh, in the back there, Janet. Janet's helping with our bookkeeping. Thank you for helping us with our bookkeeping. Can I say, Janet provided this beautiful Roland organ for us, and I'm just so grateful for that. It's just a great gift to us, so thank you. Yeah. Wow, there's so many. Now, I'm not going to say last because there's so many others that I haven't, but back in our booth and up in our front is Charles Mitchell. Now, Charles was one of the original founders of this group, and Charles has done a little bit of everything, I believe. He is doing our video, and I'll tell you, I get people writing me all the time saying, thank you so much for the videos of these services. And we actually are sharing these videos pretty much around the world at this point. I've had people from around the world who've been watching these videos, because one of the things we've been doing is expanding our projecting of that out through Facebook and YouTube. And so we have followers from around the world that have been watching some of these videos. So those of you who are out there around the world, thank you. We appreciate you. We're grateful for you. Grateful for the amazing community that we have that we don't even see at this point. So thank you for being a part of that. I want to thank Jeff for the beautiful art that you provided for us. You see some of this beautiful artwork over here. That Jeff is just an amazing artist and has been so generous in donating some of his art for some of our auctions. And also, I have some of his paintings hanging in my wall that I love. So, just grateful to all of you. So what I ask, and Kate's back there in the booth also, and she's helping Charles with the sound and with the, hi Kate. Thank you. She's making faces at us, so that's good. Bill Crutchmer's not here today. Bill's another wonderful gift that we have in this spiritual community, and I'm grateful he's here every Sunday with Russell pretty much and helping to set up and helping to make sure the place is neat and ready to go. So what I ask you to do is think about if there's somebody in this room or in this spiritual community, maybe they're here today, maybe they're not, that you are grateful for and why you're grateful for them. Would you be willing to share some of that? Yes, Lizzie.
I'm grateful for Roberta.
Oh, yes, Roberta.
She does the Real Love Group, which brings people in, from the greater community. And also, she just loves she just loves to teach Sunday school.
Yeah.
And so if she's not out of town, she's available.
Yeah.
And the kids love her, and, she really gets kids.
She does so many things. She provides our flowers for us every Sunday, just about. So unless she's out of town, she provides these beautiful flowers. And she's been on our board also, been one of our leaders on our board. We're very grateful for Roberta as well. Who else? Yeah.
I think I'm going to state the obvious here, because I'm sure everybody shares in this sentiment, but we're very grateful for you.
Well,
I know that every single
Thank you.
sermon, not only do you prepare what you're going to say, but you've done research behind it, you've really put a lot of thought behind it. You've said it in ways that can kind of resonate in our head throughout, not just, we hear it now, but we kind of replay it later on. And, whenever we need it in our lives, we're like, yeah, that's true. So I just wanted to tell you how thankful we are that we found you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I accept that appreciation. That's one of the things about gratitude also. It's important and valuable to accept the gratitude. And learning how to do that is one of the things that's a challenge for a lot of us sometimes. But we have to be willing to accept people's gratitude in our lives. Who else? Yeah, Jeanette.
I'm grateful for Jackie.
Yeah, I was going
I'm definitely grateful for all of y'all for making me feel at home, because there was a time that I was going for a lot, and I walked in here and y'all brought me where I need to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, God. Yeah, and Jackie Jones is on our board of directors. She's our treasurer, and she's been really great at helping us to get our awareness of our finances in order, which is great. And so, and she's done youth, worked with the youth, and so she's taking a little time for herself, which is good. We want to encourage her to do that. So, but yeah. Who else? Yeah, Charlotte.
I'd like to thank Fatima, who brings this energy of dance to
Yeah.
our energy and the kids. You know, thanks to all the parents that bring all the kids.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And also Keon. Keon's also been really helpful with our youth program. She's been one of our greeters as well. And she's doing a lot of study actually now of Unity's teaching online. So she's really going into depth in a lot of the Unity teachings, which is really wonderful. Well, I'm really grateful for every one of you, and I just wanted to actually not just talk about the idea of gratitude, but to really express it. Because, as he said, if it's like wrapping up a gift and not giving it to somebody. So thank you all, and let's move into our meditation time. So let's take a nice deep breath and breathe into the heart space. And as you breathe in the heart space, begin to relax. Begin to feel a sense of relaxation and peace coming over you. And in your mind's eye, I invite you to become conscious or aware of a particular goal that you have in your life. Something that you would like to have, do, or be more of in your life. And just hold an awareness of that for a moment. And now I want you to take a moment and in your mind's eye, move into the future. Either a year or 2 years or 3 years or whatever time. And as you move into the future, I want you to see yourself looking back and thinking about the goal that you set and I want you to take a moment and imagine in your mind's eye that you see someone that you haven't seen in a long time. And you're catching up. And I want you to tell them how grateful you are that goal is already done. And just feel the feeling of gratitude. Feel what that feels like. That it's already accomplished. And you're experiencing the joy of that and the benefit of that. Just feel what it feels like to feel the gratitude, knowing that this is now something that is fully in your life. And just hold that energy of gratitude for a while and tell your friend and in your own words how important and how special that is for you and why you're grateful that it's already so. And give your friend a handshake or a hug and thank them for letting you share your great good fortune. And take a nice deep breath now. And in your mind's eye now, return to this time and space and keep that energy of gratitude, knowing that this goal is already so. Breathe into the heart space and let that energy of gratitude fill your heart. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Take another nice deep breath. Move around a little bit. And so it is. Thank you, God. Amen. We at Unity in the Heart of Austin are committed to inspiring people to awaken to their unique divine nature through spiritual teachings, through heart-to-heart connections, through prayer, and through sacred service. And we provide tools, spiritual tools, that allow you to live your best possible life. I'm Reverend Tony Roebuck, minister at Unity in the Heart of Austin, and I truly hope that you are inspired by and that you are transformed by, you enjoy this week's spiritual message. And if you would like to leave a donation, a tithe, to help the work of this ministry in supporting you and others like you, then we are truly grateful for your generosity and for helping to make the world a better place. Because we know that life is meant to be good.